Good? Okay. So we're here today with Greg and Alina from ORO Event Design, or ORO Event Company, a special company located here in Tampa Bay that we have the absolute honor and pleasure to work with pretty regularly.
Yes.
Yeah. We've become dear friends outside of work, which often happens with people that we work closely with, but I just have so much respect and so much love for you guys. What you do and what you add into our industry is truly a unique take on a lot of things. Every event that you come to us with, we sit here and we scratch our head and we're like, what the... come on, and then we end up like keep going and going and going, and then we like see it and we're like, holy shit. Yeah. It's always different, and it spans from this to that, and you're like, there's no constraints with you guys, which is super refreshing and super cool. But enough from me. Give me the introduction of your business, please.
Oh man, thanks, Darin.
Established in 2020.
Yep.
We started during COVID, is whenever, the best time to start an event company. Whenever no one wanted to have events.
True. But we were both in the event industry for 15 years. So when the world kind of stopped and our events stopped at our other jobs, this is when we had the time to do it, and our daughter had her birthday party and realized, let's do it. Let's do it. We love it. Yeah. And what it does and brings people together, and we just really, I guess, we love unique experiences. We'll never duplicate anything twice, and we want it to be really custom to each type of event, each client, and we really pride ourselves on that.
Yeah, it's immersive, so you kind of forget where you're at type of situation. So you might walk into a ballroom and we want you to forget that you're in there, or forget that you're at your house or something like that. You go in and then I stepped into, Aladdin or, Frozen or whatever it is, if it's a kid's birthday party. I'm just using examples from Olivia's parties, but something like that.
Oftentimes we have planners that we work with that specialize pretty much strictly in weddings. Mm-hmm. You guys kind of run the gamut from corporate affairs to TV things to weddings to corporate product launches to whatever. It's interesting. How does that happen, and how does that work?
It's like a lot here sometimes.
I'm sorry.
No, it's a 4 a.m. rabbit hole for me, and then me texting Greg by the time he wakes up saying, oh my gosh, I have to build a UFO, I have to this, that, and it's a lot of that. But I think what it is a lot of times people, I think, now know when they come to us, they're coming to us because they do want that experience. They want this out-of-the-box experience, and we know that we can give that to them. If they're looking for your standard, typical type of event or wedding, we're probably not the right fit because I don't do anything normal, and Greg knows that, unfortunately.
Yeah. I think we really look for something that we can sink our teeth into.
Yeah. Get excited.
Where we can bring something fresh or new, or like she said, it's something that, they kind of have an idea what they want, but then Alina kind of turns it on its head and uses that, but also uses her creativity in order to make that happy medium.
Yeah. So
probably dovetails into some of what you just said, but what would you say your company mission is?
Custom event design, creating one-of-a-kind unique experiences.
And we kind of do top-down. We do from the beginning. People ask us, hey, do you do this? Do you do this? We like to do everything, so everything is kind of fused together, even down to what food is picked in order to make sure that we incorporate that into the theme and that kind of thing. So we'd like to kind of take a stranglehold on everything. That way we know that everything can be incorporated and be aligned with the theme or with the event.
There's nothing worse than a concept being presented and having it be so disjointed that nothing really feels harmonious. Yeah.
And she sees that more than I do, because my understanding of the event comes after it's all put together. Yeah. And hers is from inception. And so
it's in her head.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, I'm building this thing here, building this thing here, building this thing here, and then whenever it all kind of, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and I do a lot of the, not only like the design of the event, but I also design like digitally, graphic and everything too. So a lot of times if someone said, explain to me what you're thinking, can you draw it out? I'm like, I'm trying to draw it, but in my head, but I don't know how to draw like a floating ranch bottle right now, and I need it to, so Darin, can you take that on? No, but I mean, what Greg said, I never thought about it that way. Like, I know exactly what it's gonna look like in my head at the end. He doesn't, but the best part is like he understands me, which is really.
I'm starting to
understand. Really weird. Because
understand her more and more. You know, to where whenever we first started, like, oh, how do you want these hung? And then I know now that it's not all going to be in a straight line. You know, like stuff like that. And I'll put this together. Somebody like, oh, what do you think about that? And I'm like, I can tell you it's not going to work. And like, if we have a vendor like, oh, we can bring some napkins, I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm telling you, your red, white, and blue balloon napkins aren't going to cut it.
And Greg will say, will this work here? And I know he's asking me in hopes that I don't say, please stand in the middle of the pool on a ladder. And then I'm usually like, oh, it doesn't look good. I need you to be in the center of the pool. Because he knows. But I mean, he's great. I mean, it's pretty amazing. He's able to, hand design and craft things that, we work up and envision and draw. So it's pretty great.
Yeah, and something that I really don't have any prior experience in. It's something that I've kind of cultivated throughout the process.
Super cool. What ignited your passion for our industry?
I always loved it. I just never had time for it. My other job was so demanding and it was great, but I never had the time to do it. I knew how much time was required of it. So then with our daughter, being able to see how excited she was to step into another world and feel like she was like Elsa at Frozen and really felt like she was there and see the excitement on her face, and I was like, this is the coolest moment ever to see her just like, like, oh my gosh, mommy. And that feeling, I realized at that point, like, I could do it, B, I knew he could, and then C, to be able to see other people's reactions when they walk in the room is everything.
Yeah, I think you'd asked previously on what's our favorite, moment of a wedding. That's our favorite moment of an event, is opening those doors, and having the people whose party it is right in front.
The reveal.
And have them like, are you kidding me? And like, this greatly surpassed our expectations. And I was like, what were your expectations?
95% of our clients.
Why didn't we go there?
It's true. I would say 95% of our clients tell us that they want to be surprised.
Yeah.
Which is like so much pressure, but it's also amazing because you just don't want to let anybody down.
Yeah.
And you want it to be everything and more that they thought of. But I think that's the coolest part is like when we get to like open the doors and they see it and seeing their face. And some people, I mean, a lot of people, it's brought them to tears and just like, wow, like we made them feel that way. That's so cool.
Super rewarding.
Yeah. It is. It absolutely is. It's, whenever we have that conversation with them afterwards, like, oh, thank you so much. It was like, it made my, made my birthday, whatever it is.
What attracted you to working with Tailored Twig?
Ooh, I think what it was is I knew from the second that I met you, not only did we connect amazing, you just know when you connect with somebody, but your style was unmatched. Like I knew I could just close my eyes, let you do your thing, which is basically for every single event, like what I need you to do, and I don't have to worry about anything because it's nailed. And it's not just, here's an arrangement of hydrangeas or what have you. There is just texture and style, and there's just like a feeling in every single arrangement that you do, small, big, and then you just connect so well, not only with me, with Greg, with clients, that it's just this trust and this, I don't know, there's just something about Tailored Twig and the way that you guys work, not only with us but clients, that just comes out in your design, not only for talent, but it just paints the whole picture. And without vendors that we work with, our events can't happen without you guys. We know that. So it's just this family that we grew in 2020 that we don't want to to go anywhere else with anybody. Like, we love our vendors, our family. We love all of you guys. It just makes everything so exciting when you arrive to an event. We see you guys coming in. It's like, oh my gosh, can't wait to see what you guys create now. Like, it's the best.
Feeling super mutual. Super mutual.
And I think that your style is what attracted Alina first, and I think it's only grown since we've come to know you and to work with you, because I think you understand a lot of my perspective as well from an operational standpoint, which is important, because there's a lot that has to go into each one of these things operationally that I have to think about, and I know that you think about, so I know that's in the back of your head, which I really
Plus too, I mean, I have so much respect for what you do, your line of work, your way of thinking, everything that, you know, I feel like sometimes often people don't have a mutual respect for people that they work with, and they want to take all the power and just whatever. I'm not like that. I want people around me that I trust and I respect, because you do what you do, because you're good at it, because you love it, and you can see it in every single thing that you guys touch.
Yeah, it's cool.
And there's people that do flowers that are known to be divas, you know?
Yeah.
And I hope I'm not one of them.
No, not at all.
No one in this room, for sure. I kid.
I have to read this because it's a long question. Tailored Twig's mission is centered around connection, not only to the clients we serve, but those we work with. The benefits of this connection is far-reaching. Can you summarize the value you find in creating long-term relationships with industry partners?
It's everything.
Oh my gosh, without that, we have no event. I mean, I just feel like not only is the connection important because you start to develop this relationship where you understand each other, their style, what they're looking for, and everything, and when it actually happens, your event, and say there's something that, you know, is catastrophic or something, everybody works together because you have this really great relationship with one another, and everyone's like, all right, what can I do? Let's pick up, let's do this. I mean, only wave. You guys have come to my rescue in really difficult times that, you know, we have faced, even just like personally at events or different things like that, that I am grateful forever that I'm not too good to sit there and pick up flower stems that could potentially be on the ground at an event to make it happen. You know, I will do whatever it takes. So will Greg. And it's the same. And so as long as you treat everybody the way that you want to be treated, I mean, that's just anything in life. Your event is going to be great because you have everyone around you. So your relationship, you treat people bad, your event is not going to probably go great. No one's probably going to want to work with you.
Yeah, relationships is the most important thing, not necessarily in this industry, but any industry, but in life in general. And I think that we have found people in this industry that have broken the barrier from the event industry, but into our personal life, like you were talking about. And we have other vendors that, you know, that call our daughter their niece. You know, I mean, you can't beat that. You know, it's another set of people in your corner. Like you have us at your home or something like that for dinner or whatever. I mean, that's the most important thing, that to know that we're always going to have your back, and then vice versa. Especially with a lot of our vendors who will, you know, do whatever they can in order to make something happen.
I don't want to reach out to an event and you guys are like, oh, not her again. You know, I don't want. You know, I don't ever want it to be like that. I'd hope that, you know, it's something that's like, you know, exciting. You look forward to it. Like, I look forward to seeing you guys all arrive. I hope it's the same way.
Yeah. Like
we've had several late night calls.
I know.
And not about events.
It wasn't with me.
It wasn't with you.
It wasn't with me, I can tell you that.
You were sleeping.
I was either sawing outside at 2 a.m. or sleeping.
Yeah, this is true.
What distinguishes you from other planners?
It's not normal. We're not normal. We're not normal. So if you're looking for like by the book, like that's not us.
Yeah.
You know, we like super personal. Let's chat. Let's, you know, this is our daughter. You gotta meet our daughter. You know, like,
what do you want that we're gonna order?
We need to learn about you
okay.
guys.
Yeah.
You learn about us, and you know, do you accept like my weirdness, like too, because that's what they're gonna get.
Yeah, I think it's kind of funny because whenever people meet us for the first time, or you know, if we've early in the relationship, they're like, "You guys are married, right?" We're like, "Yeah." Like, oh, I can never do that with my significant other. I would want to kill them. Those moments don't really happen.
No.
You know? They don't really happen because she kind of...
Maybe when he's standing on the ladder in the pool, though, maybe he's like thinking like, but he...
It's a good thing you're not in his head.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
No, but honestly, like, we work really great together. with everything, and we hope that people feel that too, and we hope that, you know, people embrace the way that we do things in our style, and if they don't, we're not the right fit, but we just talk to people the way that we would want people to talk to us. Be real, be honest, like, you know, let's get through any concerns you have or anything.
The dynamic of husband and wife working together on its head looks like it could be fraught with so many issues, right? But you guys have this kind of lightness and airiness that you just embrace life with and what you do, which is just so refreshing and really, I mean, you come in here, we're talking about serious stuff, you know, like, I mean, serious problems or challenges that we need to come up with a resolution for, and there's always jokes. There's always lightening the mood. There's always this, you know, and there's never any kind of like this ever.
You lose your mind if there's not. It's not worth it. It really isn't.
We need the music bumping. We need to laugh. It has to be a good time.
Even if we sit together or with you, if there's an issue, we're gonna hash it out. But also, I think the best form of creative problem solving is not to be stressed out while you're doing it. Yeah. But there's sometimes, if it's the 11th hour, you know, you're going to be a little bit stressed. But I mean, it's always something we figure out and then we learn from and then laugh from.
15 hours.
But don't take that as the end product does not end up being absolutely
100%.
perfect. That's not what I'm saying by saying that. I mean, and so like straddling those two and executing like to the level of perfection that you guys do, coupled with like the non-stressful comedic kind of thing that happens throughout it, it's just such a joy to be a part of.
Well, thank you. I mean that means a lot. We hope so. We want it to be fun. Everyone's taking time out of their lives. Whether it's meetings, setting up all day long, you have to enjoy it.
And that's an environment we want Olivia to be in. You know, something that is fun and happy, and because that's how we want to be, and that's she's that way to a T. She loves music. I don't know if I could listen to more Taylor Swift if I tried. So I'm ready for something else.
Yeah, she rallied at the concert.
Craziest scenario during a wedding?
Ooh, bugs, but not mosquitoes. It was like
a series of gnats.
Just
like a hornet's nest of gnats, from what I heard.
It was unlike anything I'd ever seen before in my life. But
it was, you know, we had a terrific bride. That
could have let it ruin her whole night.
Allowed us to pivot, and she had the best time. They all had the best time. We pivoted, and then
there's no point of sitting there being like, oh my gosh, what do we do? Just figure it out. We'll do what we got to do. And that's kind of what we were talking about, like the relationships we had. We had Jake, we had all the guys, everybody there, DJ, everyone, just all right, all hands on deck, make it happen, and it was great. I mean, it was just unlike anything I'd ever seen before. I'll never forget it. I still think that I'm finding bugs like in things that I took with me.
You now have a phobia of.
Oh my gosh.
They're ingrained in our candles. We're gonna have to burn them out.
Yes, but you know, it is a funny story later, and like Greg said, I mean, if the groom got a glimpse of what his future could have been like with his bride, like how she handles stressful situations, I think he probably at that point was like, yep, this is exactly why I married him. She was like, all right, let's go, let's party, let's just take it inside, whatever we need to do to make this work, I don't care.
That meant that they were there for the right reason. They were there to marry each other. However it was, it could have been, you know, in a hallway or in, you know, wherever it was, that's all that mattered to them, is they got married.
It was cool.
What would be some advice you could give people on finding a wedding planner?
Trust them. You go to them for a reason, and you are either going to them because, you know, you just don't have the time to do it, or you just don't want to deal with it, or maybe you have a lot of cooks in the kitchen and you want someone to do it. Trust the whole process and allow people to do what they do. And yes, of course, have, you know, your opinion on what you want your day to look like, or what you want things to feel like for guests. Absolutely, but just trust it, and just know that you came to everybody for a reason. You picked the different vendors and teams for what you saw, and you have to let people kind of do their thing and understand that it all comes together. Don't stress the small things. We've got it covered, and if we don't, I'll be sending Greg down the street to go find it day of. But Yeah,
You
I
think
think
it's
that's the
funny?
best. It's happening.
It's not a joke.
Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
Okay. Rapid fire questions for today.
We didn't see these beforehand, first of all.
Of course, I wouldn't let you.
Super rapid.
Classic or modern?
I would defer to her on this one.
Classic.
Yeah.
Light and airy or dark and moody?
Oh, dark and
Dark
moody.
and moody for sure.
I love
know-
it.
I know
I love
the-
it.
I know the answer to that.
Indoor or outdoor?
I would say
Outdoor gives you so much space for like natural elements, but in this heat,
It gives
indoor is
you-
like so amazing
And then-
sometimes.
but
I can't decide.
it does give you more room for natural elements, which means rain, wind.
Can we do
all
combo?
all that kind of stuff. So there's pros and cons.
Can we do
to it.
halfsies?
Yeah,
So from like November to May, outdoor.
outdoors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time else indoor.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a
And
that's
I'm
a
also very Eastern European, so I get fried like that.
Who does?
Yeah. So
Pinterest or Instagram.
Insta.
I don't have either of those. So
What's that?
Does it?
face page.
Least favorite color.
That's a tough one.
It is a tough one.
Maybe bright red.
I would say for me, there was, whenever we first started out, there was a bunch of events in a row that were tan.
Tan.
That was the color for, like, they
Like
wanted
neutrals.
muted, the neutrals, and like, we want like muted browns and muted tans, and they're already muted. Those are already, so I only say that because we dealt with it for a lot, because there's the pampas, there's all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I would say that.
I would say like a bright red, like bright yellow, like the primary. I know that's not a single, but like I hate like
Yeah.
too bright of.
Yeah, we did a superhero event, but they were all muted colors. So like, yeah, she.
So I'm down with that.
Yeah, she don't mind. Yeah.
You guys have the craziest events. Favorite venue.
That's so hard. That's so hard. I feel like
I think.
This is rapid fire.
this is rapid fire, but like I love them all.
Yeah, I think that there's not. I don't think we have a favorite venue. At least I don't. But I love the people. The people, to me, speak more than the actual
Yeah.
space itself. Like we love like Mission Lago, West Shore Yacht Club, because we've grown with them. We had Olivia's parties at West Shore Yacht Club.
Yeah.
And they basically give us the keys
Yeah.
and tell us to lock.
Yeah.
It's the relationships to me.
Yeah, and every venue has a different aesthetic, which is perfect for, whatever that event is. So I feel like we were lucky enough to have like a super good relationship with all of them. But like he said, we got married at West Shore Yacht Club too. So I
Yeah.
feel like we're kind of, and then Mission Lago is like growing with us through so many things too, that I think just like the people there, we work with them so much that it's like little family.
And then
Gotcha.
I enjoy residences because it allows the flexibility of the load in and load out. Because a lot of times our things are pretty elaborate, so we like to get there the day before and start, mapping out the space and then getting all the.
And if he's
larger
comfortable with them, he finds places he can sleep better.
things. No, I don't have to be comfortable with it. I'm just gonna find a place to sleep.
We always have imagery of Greg sleeping
Always.
toward the because
Yes.
it's because you work him to death. That's why.
That might be.
That'd
That
be
might
the first time that I had a chance
That's
to
probably
sleep in days.
very accurate.
In
But also
days.
when I don't work him, he's still zonked out. It's fine.
Because I finally got a break.
Favorite honeymoon location recommendation.
Ooh. Oh.
We're bad at rapid fire.
We're not rapid. At all. There's no rapid
Just
fire.
fire. Just fire.
Um,
That's a good question.
that is super good.
I mean, we
Icy.
were in Key West last year. That's beautiful down there.
But
Obviously.
that was his first time going. He's not from Florida. So I love Key West, but I feel like
I don't even go here.
honeymoon. He doesn't even go here. And if you don't- I don't know. I think like ice caves, like something kind of icy would be something that you wouldn't think of just because we're tropical here. So going somewhere that's icy, or even if it was like in Alaska or something like that, would be so cool because it's like such a change of pace. I almost kind of feel like the opposite of maybe where you got married.
Yeah.
It just makes it somewhere really exciting to change your climate.
If we're going to bucket list C2, that incorporates. I want to see the Northern Lights type of feel too. I've never seen those. And that's
So I went to Iceland to see the Northern Lights. Trip was designed to go see the Northern
But
Lights.
the Northern Lights were not there.
They're so elusive.
But Darin was.
I had no idea. We're hunting for them like we're looking for ghosts on a ghost hunting tour, you know? I mean,
I think it's
over
right
there,
around the
I
corner.
think I see them. Aha, maybe, you know, wiping your eyes and everything
I
else.
asked for
They're-
directions. They said you go down to the Y and make a left. The Northern Lights are right there on your left.
Well, I'm bad at rapid fire.
You are
Sorry.
terrible.
And they're
But to your point, I am doing an Antarctica cruise
That's
in
so cool.
December, so I will report back and tell you
Yeah, you
if
have to tell us.
that
Antarctica?
Antarctica,
That
yeah.
sounds amazing.
Yeah,
I don't know, I
and
just
we-
feel like it's exciting to think about somewhere different than where you're.
So I was on my honeymoon, which was in Nova Scotia. We got married in Maine. Half our honeymoon was in Bar Harbor, Maine, and then we went to Nova Scotia for the other half and did like the Cabot Trail and Prince Edward Island. We were at a bed and breakfast in Nova Scotia, and it was the first time that I ever heard anyone. We had breakfast every day with the same people, small place. Got to know these people, super well traveled, and I was like, out of all the places you've been, where's your favorite place? Hands down, Antarctica.
Really?
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Really?
Antarctica? I've never heard of Antarctica as a destination.
How much
Yeah.
of that is discovered?
Listen, ever since then, I have had maybe 5 people that I'm like, Antarctica comes up. You gotta be kidding me. Out comes the phone, whip, 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 all these images. You have to go.
Wow.
Most amazing place, most amazing vacation I've ever been on.
That sounds amazing.
Here we go.
You're gonna have to report back. Then maybe there's our answer, Antarctica. There we are.
Buttercream or
We've
fondant?
decided. Buttercream.
I can't tell the difference.
I was rapid.
Oh my God. Best resource for bridal inspiration.
I would defer to you.
I mean, I feel like obviously majority of the people I feel like go to Pinterest because it's the easiest way for them to kind of type in what they're looking for and kind of find mood boards. So I probably would say easiest would be that. But Instagram, I feel like you're not going to see a lot of the same things pinned all over the place. So it gives you more of a chance to find unique things if you know what you're looking for, if you have a specific feel. But I guess I would just have to go with the standard Pinterest for people as a starting place to have an idea of what they like.
Yeah. Favorite personal touch to an event?
Greg's sleeping everywhere.
I think one of the things that we kind of pride ourselves on is the small details. So if somebody looks closely at something like, oh, there's something there that pertains to our
Yeah.
event, or there's our logo, or there's whatever.
Yeah, I like Easter eggs.
Yeah.
So I always like to leave an element of surprise for people. And, you know, even if it's like to Greg's point, you're looking at a centerpiece, you didn't even realize that hidden in there might be, you know, the brand of your company somewhere hidden. I don't know, just something that people have to kind of just look and they're like, oh, I didn't even know that was in there.
Yeah, they gotta
I love
pay
that.
attention. Yeah. Proudest professional moment?
See, we're bad.
Yeah, that's also a good one. I don't know, just working with some of the clients that we worked with so far, like we've gotten, you know, to work with MTV, you know, that kind of thing, and being in the industry for a few years and already being able to establish those connections and those relationships, I think are pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint an exact moment. I almost kind of feel like some of the clients that we've had, we've grown with them over the years for major milestones, and I feel like there's a few clients that we've done, you know, whether it be, you know, their annual event every year or kids' graduations and birthdays, and you see them grow, and then you kind of taking a step back and you're like, oh my gosh, like,
I remember when.
yes, like we just did all this with you guys. We, you know, baby shower. Now this kid is, you know,
Yeah.
graduating, and it's really cool to see A, that they trust us, B, that we get to be a part of those memories that they have forever, and kind of taking a step back. I know I feel super proud to stand there and be like, this is going to be part of their memory for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
And that's what we got to create, and these are the pictures they're going to look back on and the videos they're going to watch, and I'm so proud to be part of that.
Yeah, it's really what fuels a lot of
Yeah.
us in this industry. Yeah.
I think in working with like people like you and then people like Only Wave too, in order to create those videos and those pictures and whatnot, in order for our clients to have those things forever. Especially whenever we do, you know, an event for our daughter, like it's her birthday or something like that. We watch those constantly.
Yeah.
She loves watching those.
Yeah.
So it's that's a big
Really
portion
cool
for us, yeah.
moments.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Most used item in your emergency kit?
Gaff tape? You say gaff tape?
I don't know if that's an emergency. I've got
I
that.
feel like it's an emergency. If I see a cord, I'm like, gaff that puppy.
I want to see her gaff a cord.
Steamer, because I hate creases.
Yeah.
There's that. Probably Band-Aids. I used to see my legs.
At this point, there's no more Band-Aids. It's just like the cut, and then
Same thing as Tailored Twig. I use every.
I might as well just be one big Band-Aid.
Yes.
So our daughter goes, "Papa, you have so many boo-boos." I'm like, "Yeah, they're literally all over my legs. I run into shit constantly."
He does.
Proudest personal moment.
Again, horrible at this.
I'd say our daughter, for me.
Yeah.
For me, the birth of our daughter, and every single day after that. She brings me to a belly laugh every single day. Every single day.
Yeah.
She's amazing to be around, and she's getting to the age now where she's coming to events with us, and she has her 2 cents on where stuff goes, where tables go.
She has her little table in her bedroom. She puts her centerpiece.
Yep.
And has it themed to the season. And she's just, I don't know, we're just so proud of just our little baby. She's not a little baby anymore, but to us, she always will be.
One installation that she came with us on, and her and Alina had some design differences.
How old is she?
She's 4.5, and she's the creative director, CEO.
Yeah, but she loves to help. Loves to help. For one of our weddings, we were cleaning up and striking at midnight. She was there getting candles and putting them back in.
Well, something I love and respect most, and there's a laundry list of love and respect that I have for both of you, but one of the biggest things is just how important your family is to you and how important your daughter is to you. It's all over you, and it's in everything that you do. It's in your company name. I mean, it's everything. And hey, thinking back, it's like, I wish my parents were like this. I wish my parents were like that. You know what I mean? And if I were to be a dad, how would I be? And you guys emulate everything that I would be as a parent. Really, it's really amazing to watch you guys walk through life with your child.
Thank you. That means a lot. I mean, she will always be first. Yes, we love our business, but she calls us. She needs us. I mean, I think all our clients know we're there.
Yeah, and at school was one of another proud moment. To go off of her. At school, she said, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And she said, I want to be a party planner," is what she said.
Yeah, and it's up on the door.
Yeah. And then we were like, I was basically brought to tears because I was so proud. But then I was like, "Oh, why did you say that?" She goes, "I didn't know what else to say." I'm like, okay, out the window.
All right, tagger. Cool.
I love it. Least favorite style?
I would defer to her on that one.
I would say, kind of piggybacking off of what Greg had said earlier, kind of the boho style has, to me, run its course.
Yeah.
So I would say because of that, that's my least favorite style, because I just like different. So I don't want to ever do the same thing over, and I want it to excite me. So right now, since that's so trendy, I just kind of, I would say that one.
Gotcha.
Yeah, not because it's not, it doesn't look good. It's just
great.
because it's just, just been blown
Just
out.
want to get excited, different.
You guys straddle everything. You won't give definitive anything. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hardest lesson learned in business?
That you can't make everybody happy.
Yeah.
And you just have to know that you did your best, worked your hardest, and be proud of what you did, and hopefully that transpires. And I think that at the end of the day, our clients, we've been very lucky to have supportive and great clients that have always done nothing but given us the best support and trust, and we want to make sure that they go above and beyond to be happy. But we know that there's always going to be situations where it might rain, it might do this, and they might not be happy. It's out of your control.
Flies may attack the...
Yes.
The attack of the flies.
But at the end of the day, as long as you're proud of what you've done, and you've done the hardest you can do, and your clients know that's what matters the most. It's a hard lesson, though, because you want everything to be so perfect. So if it does rain or something happens, you're just like, I know this isn't going to make them happy, but sometimes it's out of your control.
Yeah, I mean, to be upfront and honest with them and to communicate. And I think we do a good job, or at least try to do a good job of being honest with our clients and saying, hey, you could save money here, and not just keep trying to drive up that dollar. So.
Yeah, it's the design that matters and the experience that matters, not so much how much they spend, you know?
Exactly.
And I think oftentimes people in our industry, not everyone does it that way. Best tip for a newly engaged couple?
Enjoy it. Don't get so soaked up in, you know, I need my wedding to look like this, and I must have this, and I must have this, that you forget to love each other and enjoy the early stages of just being like in pure bliss and in love, and let's go look at this and go register. People lose sight of it, and they get so obsessed with the shade of pink that they want, or different things that at the end of the day, they don't really matter. You're just going to say, I love you, let's get married, I do. Enjoy it. Enjoy the ride.
I would say if you're getting engaged, don't plan to get married 2 years down the road. I would say 6
Wow.
Yeah, 6 months, 8 months. I mean, we were engaged for 6 weeks, but I mean that's a little bit different. I mean, but I'm just saying because it allows you to rethink and change your mind and make, you know, oh, maybe we should rethink the linens, maybe we should rethink this. Just, it stresses you out too much, you know, because it just bogs down. You're supposed to enjoy that amount of time, just make a decision. And then that way you don't have enough time to really change your mind. You're like, oh, I saw this on Pinterest. Now I want to switch the whole thing. So
it's true. It happens. It plagues our industry. That's for sure. There's and the other thing that, like when I got engaged and we were married, my husband is a super type A and a list maker and a this and a that, you know. And the one thing, it ended up pervading into all of our time together. Where it was like, what about this? Did you do that? Did you call this one? Did you get this? Did you check this off the list? And finally I said, listen, I can't do this. We can do wedding planning 1 day a week. And we will meet on Sundays, and we will start a meeting at 11 o'clock, and we will start talking about what you did this week, what I did this week, and what we can do next week. And you take your task, I take my task, and we don't talk about it again until 11 o'clock the next Sunday. And that way we could still like be in our relationship, but not be clouded with, you know.
It still needs to be worked on.
Of course.
Wedding, you know?
Next thing you know, a year later, you're going to say I do, and you're going to be like, who am I saying I do to, you know?
Exactly. I do to those linens.
Favorite flower?
It's probably inappropriate for me to say on here. Because
Say
it was in your floral class.
Carnations, I love.
Oh, baby's breath. Yep.
Baby's breath.
You guys are just busting my balls.
I love them.
Oh, gosh.
If I could have one arrangement, it would be carnations.
Of yellows and blues and all of Darin's favorite.
Yes, very harsh colors, not subtle.
It's oh gosh, I know this is supposed to be rapid, but I usually just defer to you guys, and whatever you guys pick, I love. Honestly, it sounds so bad, but I'm like, I don't know what the name of this flower is.
I mean,
never seen it before in my life, but wow.
If I'm going to give her or Olivia flowers, it's going to be a rose. And that's Olivia's middle name too, so it's...
Yeah. So we're going to go with rose for your rapid fire answer.
I bet nobody has that answer. Nobody has their favorite flowers are rose.
Also, too, because we probably don't know the names of the other ones that we like in the arrangement.
It's an indication that you trust the people that do what we do, which
100%.
is amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Favorite moment of a wedding?
The first time that the couples lay eye on each other is my favorite. I love it.
Yeah, we had
love it.
Yeah, one client was like, as soon as I see her, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. I know I'm gonna cry.
And then when they cried, I cried.
Sure enough, he did. Sure enough,
it's so sweet. I just love that moment.
It is.
Yeah.
That was my rapid fire.
That was good. That was
super
good.
rapid.
Welcome party or farewell brunch?
Welcome.
Welcome party.
Why?
Everyone's so excited.
It kind of, and it sets a tone for the entire weekend.
It does. Farewell, I mean, is great, of course. But people are tired.
Yeah.
You're exhausted.
Yeah.
Hungover.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Last question. Best send off.
Jesus, Darin. I wish we had had these beforehand.
see. This is a tough one.
Are you talking about the best send off like after a wedding, after an event, or
Yeah, generally a wedding, right? So it's,
Okay. We've done. We've done some classic car ones. I think those are kind of cool. Those are kind of cool to me.
Yeah, a lot of the send-offs probably wouldn't get approved that I ever want to do because they're probably super weird and not allowed most places. So we probably been able to execute the good ones. Gosh, that's a tough one.
I always thought a hot air balloon would be cool.
That would be cool. And then it gets stuck in the trees.
Where would they go?
and
They would just stay up there.
Float into the heavens.
We did one send-off that was with the, what are they called, those?
The Chinese lanterns.
The Chinese lanterns.
Yeah.
That was really fun because
And a heavily wooded area, which
That
was
was
kind
great.
of terrifying.
Yeah, it was super,
So
super
we didn't
terrifying.
want to make smoke.
But it was really pretty because they were combinations of like heart-shaped ones that
Yeah.
were red
Uh-huh.
and white ones, and it was just different. Instead of everybody lining up and walking off, everyone made a wish and they went into the sky. And I
Yeah.
love that. Just
Yeah,
a
it was
little
cool. It was cool.
special.
It's been such a great conversation going through all of these not so rapid fire questions.
Elaborate rapid fire.
To conclude, I have 3 kind of wrap-up questions.
Okay.
Anything on the horizon that excites you?
Our daughter's birthday again. I would just say
I love it.
We just love it. It's everything. I don't know. Now she's old enough. We asked her what she wanted for her birthday this year, what kind of party, and she's like, Santa Claus, unicorn, kitty cat, nail salon, birthday party. We were like,
Actually, you're lying. She said, "Mommy and Daddy, I don't need anything."
that's true. She did say that later.
And that's when you said,
She's lying. That was her world peace moment. No, all I want is world peace. That's it. At a birthday party, if you'd want to throw one from your popcorn, it would be great.
No, but she did. I asked her, so what do you want for your birthday? And she's like, I have everything I need, Mommy. I'm okay. I'm like,
so yeah.
So yeah, that's what, I mean, yes, of course we have really amazing events coming up on the horizon, but that's our favorite because it's our baby.
Yeah, and
it's our little girl.
it's no offense to them, but that's just our daughter.
Yeah.
That's why we started the company.
Yeah.
And as of right now, she thinks she's having a black balloon party. So we're rolling with that.
Can I even say what we're gonna be doing or
If
not?
it airs after her birthday.
If it airs
Well, I don't know if it will, so we'll
It's gonna
hold
be
off.
pretty-
But it's gonna
pretty
be
epic.
yeah. Because we have some exciting projects coming
Oh,
up.
we do.
Yeah, super
do.
exciting. Where do you see this industry in 5 years, and how do you see your part in it?
I mean, I feel like the industry obviously is ever changing, even if it's down to like technology aspects, but how people even just incorporate florals even more so, like in brand activations and logos. I mean, I just think that there's just so many cool things that people are able to do, and they want to celebrate in any way they can. That I don't know if it's more interactive style experiences, more technology based, but whatever it is, I'm here for, and I want to be ahead of it whatever way I can. And usually if it's weird and it's coming this way, like sign me up. But I don't know. But then at the same time, the industry is always going to have its classic feel to it, which I also love that too.
Yeah.
You know, so that's an amazing thing because I'm an old soul.
It's a
at heart.
needle that you thread so well. You really do. I mean, anything you do that is super, and everything you do has a twist on it. That's pretty, but it's always grounded in super like meaningful, classic kind of foundation, which is, I mean, it's really poetic the way that you do it.
It's really sweet. No, I mean it is. I'm an old soul. I mean, I grew up. My parents having me listen to oldies and old movies. I mean, and that's kind of how we are with Olivia too. And so I love the charm of this old classic feel with everything too. Because I feel like I don't want to open up a magazine and be like, oh, there's, I'm going to make my event look like this and this and this and this.
Yeah.
So.
What does that mean for us? I think we're just kind of happy to be a part of the conversation. That's all. I mean, I don't know another way to answer that. We're just happy to be here. That's all.
Yeah, there's room for everybody in this industry, and I think sometimes people forget that. Like, it's, I don't know. having even more planners in this area is great, because maybe next weekend our daughter has like a recital we want to go to. We can't do the event, so it's great that there's more people that can, and it's a nice thing. And to Greg's point, we're happy to be here, and people consider us for their major milestone events. It's amazing.
Absolutely humbled by every inquiry that we get, that people saw us or reached out.
I feel honored every time someone walks through the door and even considers us, you know, and it's like, wow, you think what we do is
exactly,
you know, that's super,
we've gotten calls
super.
from overseas and stuff, and people want to. That's like, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
How do you even know about us?
Yeah,
Like,
that's right. Yeah.
It's inspiring.
Because you can't like ever forget like who you are, where you come from. You're never too good for anything.
Yeah.
And it's important for us to always think that way, because like we're husband, wife, we're family. Like this is really cool.
Yeah.
So.
Favorite question, saved for last. Given your vast life experience, what advice would you give yourself at 5 years old?
Boy.
I think it ties into some of the stuff we've discussed so far. So I think relationships is you never know what's going to happen with relationships, or what happens with people down the road, or whatnot, or how they can help you or you can help them, or I think it's important to continue those relationships and cultivate them, because sometimes your relationship, like with ours, supersedes the business and falls into your personal life. So what I would probably tell my 5-year-old self is just to make sure that you maintain and focus on good quality relationships.
I love it.
Yeah, my 5-year-old self, I probably would have said, one day you're going to go to school for absolutely nothing that you ended up doing career-wise. So here's that. No, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I've always been very like entertainment-based and creative mind, and I think I've always been that way since I was little. So kind of trusting your gut for what your passion is from when you're little, and just seeing it follow through, and seeing how maybe I tried to like deviate from that, having different career paths, but really coming back to what I always loved since I was little. As long as you kind of just follow your heart, trust your gut, find your happiness, you're where you're meant to be.
Do what you love. I tried going the chemistry, biology route, and it was like trying to put a square in a circular hole.
Square peg in a round hole. Yeah.
It's just just because I knew that I would be financially well off, but it would just be miserably financially well off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what fun is that? It's not.
Such a great time. Such a great conversation.
Always.
Yeah, really great to have you guys here. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having us.